Yo, 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 yo. Yo, 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 yo. Whew. What's good, y'all? Your boy Evan Hollywood, Yai Network. It is the Heaven Hollywood experience. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me. Put a one in the chat. Let's see, man. Put a one in the chat if y'all can hear me. Put a one in the chat if y'all can hear me. Let's see what's going on here. Check, check. Make sure y'all hit the like button as you come through the door. Oh, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. What's up to my moderators? Y'all show them some love. Darius and Reese. I see Reese in here. What's up, Sweet Tooth? DTV. What up, G? What up, Sharice? What up, Crimson? What's up, Sexy 60? It's always something, y'all. It's always something. So we got a couple things to talk to. This is the hour show. As I said, it's going to be an hour show daily. And then on the weekends, I'll do my 3 hour stream. Three major topics we're talking about today. Damon Dash went back to the Breakfast Club. And it seems like Dame Dash ain't changed, didn't learn nothing. We got also, real quickly, Megan Thee Stallion. A lot of Barty gang feels as though Megan Thee Stallion was trying to overshadow Cardi B's rollout by posting a picture of her in the studio to make people say, oh, she's got new music coming, while Cardi B is in the middle of her rollout. Then, of course, we got the backlash from Jayz and Beyonce from their prison reform, joint that Ivanka Trump showed up to, and her husband. So everybody's up in arms. Everybody cares about Gaza now, and everybody's like, oh, didn't he play a part in Gaza? Doesn't he support Palestine? Like, y'all only care about that when it's somebody you feels though you can drag. Y'all don't give a damn about that no other time, right? Oh, she said they're following Trump. What does that got to do with Donald Trump? Donald Trump wasn't there. His daughter was there. And then, of course, we have the Cardi B track list that dropped. People that was betting me 275K or more for the first week because they thought that track list, that fake track list a couple of weeks ago to drop that had Beyonce, Drake, and all these other people, they thought that was real. And they said 275K with that track list. Yeah, I agreed if that was the track list. But I told them it wasn't. There ain't no way she had Beyonce on her album and didn't make that the first single. See, people don't look at stuff when people don't look at stuff sensibly. What's up, Crystal? People don't look at stuff sensibly. What's up, Reese? Them big old things you got. Um, when Reese comes, she need two limos. One for her and one for her titties. Remember, remember Jamie Foxx said, "Oh, J Lo got to come in two limos. One for her, one for her ass." Ah, man. So anyway, So they're talking about this track list that has Janet Jackson on it. This is the first rapper, I believe, that has a Janet Jackson feature. Now, I could have sworn Missy Elliott would have had one. Now Janet featured a rapper on her album, MC Light, and she also featured J. Cole. So she's featured rappers in the past. But I believe this is gonna be the first Janet Jackson feature on a rapper. And everybody's saying, oh, it's 2025. Who the hell's checking for Janet Jackson stuff? Listen, it's Janet Jackson. You don't check for Janet Jackson. Janet Jackson checks for you. I don't know who you young folks think you fucking with. Let me take my glasses off for this one, even though I can't fucking see. But stuff like this make me take my glasses off. How dare anybody say nobody's checking for Janet Jackson? That's like saying, what you want a Madonna feature for? Ain't nobody checking in Madonna for 2025. They're going to be checking for Madonna to the day they put her in the ground. And it's the same way with Janet Jackson. They're going to be checking for Janet Jackson the day they put her in the ground. Today they put her in the ground. Fuck you, y'all. This is what drives me crazy about this young generation. Who's checking for Janet Jackson in 2025? What? That's a legendary art. This is the problem with the younger generation, the disrespect for the people that came before them. Disrespect. That says something that Cardi B got a Janet Jackson feature, and she's the first rapper to get one, especially in this new generation. So the track list featured Kalani, and we'll get into it. We'll get into it. The first thing is we got to talk about Megan Thee Stallion. We'll jump into that. Let me do my banner. Let me do my banner. One, two, one, two. Okay. So, did Megan Thee Stallion try to upstage Cardi B? This is where we're going first. This was, so people are going to probably say, why would you say that? Right? Let me try to find this post that got the Barty gang all up in arms. Megan Thee Stallion. Hold on. No, I think it's on Twitter. So Megan Thee Stallion made a post that was like a picture in a studio. Now I sure hope, off subject, I sure hope that picture wasn't of little Juju Bean on the beat because it's time for Megan to change producers. Little Juju Bean ain't cutting it no more. right? So Megan posted a picture on her live or in her stories, and it was a picture of her in the studio or someone in the studio, and said, you know, stay tuned or up next or something like that, right? So then Barty Gang, or at least some of them, got all upset, right? You're trying to upstage Cardi B. It's Cardi B's rollout. You should know better, right? First off, Megan Thee Stallion is an artist as well, right? Megan Thee Stallion's an artist as well. So because Cardi B is releasing a new album, right? That means Megan Thee Stallion is supposed to stop working. Does that mean Megan Thee Stallion is supposed to stop working? Does that mean anybody's supposed to stop working? Remember a couple of weeks ago when she was dropping her single, and then Taylor Swift started talking about, when her album was coming out, and people started getting, oh, why is Taylor doing this to Cardi? What does Taylor Swift give a damn about Cardi B? And where is this notion that people have to stop working so you could do your thing? Like whoever said that? Can you imagine in the 80s and 90s when Prince was dropping Purple Rain, that if Michael Jackson was getting ready to drop a record, they said, "Oh, why are you dropping? You know Prince is getting ready to drop. What are you doing? You trying to steal all the shine from Prince." Okay. No, I'm not trying to steal the shine from Prince. I'm trying to shine the light on me, right? So people got upset. Now, here's my thing. As we all know, Megan Thee Stallion and or should I say Barty Gang and what's her fandom, the Hotties, over the past few months to a year, a lot of them have not been getting along. Now, this started around the time of bongos. This is where it first started. When a lot of Barty Gang was saying Megan Thee Stallion was not promoting bongos, right? Cardi B was the only one promoting it. And Megan Thee Stallion went in there, and she was barely promoting the song. Now, I didn't see that. Um, Megan was on an interview, and she was talking really good about Cardi B, and she told the story about how she got on bongos. So I didn't really see Megan Thee Stallion purposely not promoting bongos. I don't know what her fan base was talking about at that point in time, but I didn't see that. Okay? I didn't see that. Right? And once again, it is not um, Megan Thee Stallion's job, right, to promote a record. That's Cardi B's record. That it was, yes, Megan was on the record as well, but it was Cardi B's record that she featured Megan on. And Megan did post the record, right? But apparently that wasn't good enough. That wasn't good enough for her fans. So that's where it actually started. But then Cardi and Meg kind of shut it down again when I think Megan um, mentioned Cardi in an interview, and then they was showing. Remember, they showing Megan with Cardi B during behind the scenes, and Megan was carrying Wave, and Wave was calling her Aunt Megan, and when I saw that, I said, okay, they're on good terms because Cardi B, one thing she don't play about is her children, and she not gonna let anybody pick up her kids, right? Megan was carrying, playing with her kids, and Cardi B's very funny about her children. So when I saw that, I said, hmm, okay, they got a little. I don't know how good of friends they are, but I ain't never seen Cardi B let Lotto pick up her son. I ain't never seen Cardi B let Glorilla pick up her son. I didn't see Cardi B let Summer Walker pick up like I've never seen Cardi B let anybody pick up her children outside of a family member. So when I saw Megan picking up her cat, I'm like, oh, okay, they must be all right, right? So I didn't think anything of it. Then came the next phase. Can y'all still hear me? Put a one in the chat if you can. Make sure you like the stream as you come in the door. Share it, like it. You know what I mean? Subscribe if you're not subscribed. So then the next thing that I saw was um I believe it was something about Megan's court date, and put a one in the chat if y'all can hear me. And Cardi B commented defending Megan, right? Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Golly. Thank you, C. Holy smoke. What the hell wrong with y'all? Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Okay, you can't see me. I don't know why you can't see me. You should be able to see me. Nah, you should be able to see me, man. You can't see me? Hold on. I can see myself. I could see myself. I'm looking right at my camera. I don't understand why y'all can't see me when I see myself, right? Hold on. So y'all still can't see me. Oh, my video cut out. Okay. I don't understand how that's possible, but okay. Hold on. Hold on a second. So can y'all hold on? All right. What about now? Can you see me and hear me? No, my camera ain't switched off. I'm looking right at my camera. Can y'all see me and hear me? Yes or no? Okay. And you can hear me? Hmm. Okay. 1 second. Okay. Okay. Now, now, who can see and hear? Hold on. Now, all right, so you can hear me? Can you see me? You can hear and see, right? Can you see me now? I understand. I'm looking right at my camera. I'm looking right at my camera, and it's showing me. So I'm not understanding. Okay. I'll get the camera back in a minute. I'll get the camera back in a minute. All right. So I'll work on that. I don't know what the hell's going on up here. Mm. Video went off when I first made the banner. Really? Okay. All right. I'm gonna keep going. It'll come back. Like I'll figure it out. So I'm gonna be able to share on the screen. Y'all should be able to see the screen once I share this whole situation that's going down with the Carters. Let's jump to that because my opinion on the whole Megan thing is I don't believe that Megan the Stallion. Yeah, I know. Miss Fields, as soon as I'm getting ready to drop it, all of a sudden it just cut off. But it's all good. Anyway, um, my take on the whole Megan Thee Stallion thing is I don't believe that Megan was trying to shade this girl, um, Cardi B. I just think she was posting to let people know that she's back in the studio, let her fans know she's back in the studio. I really don't think Megan is was trying to shade her. Do I think they're still as close as they once were? No, I do not. Because that song on the album is WAP. So it's not like they worked together recently. The last time they worked together was Bongos. So it's not like you know what I mean? It's not like WAP, right? So but I don't feel as though they're as close as they once were. Now, a lot of that might have to do with, it may or may not have to do with Cardi B fans started to say, well, how come it seems like Cardi's always defending Megan, but then when all these things go down against Cardi, Megan never steps up and defends Cardi. So then Barty Gang started saying that, right? Sexy Six, I've seen you before. Shut up. Like nigga, you ain't gotta be on the screen. I've seen you before. I know what you look like, nigga. But so they started saying, hey, why is it that every time something goes down, Cardi B is always the first to jump out and defend Megan? But Megan Thee Stallion will see them dragging Cardi B, calling her 11 faces, saying that, she doesn't work hard, she's not a real rapper, and she'll see the Barb's dragging Cardi. But when Cardi sees somebody dragging Megan, whether it be about Tori, whether it be about a dead mother, Cardi B always steps up and says something, at least for the most part. So if you notice, when they used to post, the other person used to like their post, repost it, make a comment on it, something. They stopped doing that. Now, another turning point that a lot of people brought up, but I don't think this should be an issue, is that when Megan Thee Stallion had that little tiff with Party Next Door, not Party Next, what's his name? Partisan Fontaine. Cardi B then went and put out a song with Partisan Fontaine, and she was still, posting whatever with Partisan Fontaine. But she's been knowing Partisan Fontaine and working with Partisan Fontaine before Megan Thee Stallion. So she already had a friendship with Partisan Fontaine. So nobody told Megan to come in there and start effing Partisan Fontaine. He was already a friend of Cardi's, right? He was already a friend of Cardi's. And if I'm not mistaken, it was right around the time that she started working with Cardi B. Then all of a sudden, she was smashing Partisan Fontaine. So she may have even met Partisan Fontaine through Cardi B. I don't know. I don't know. Right? And Sexy 60, I know it's a business. But when you start picking up let me tell you something. I keep people at a distance. But if they're coming around me and all of a sudden patience is calling them Uncle so and Uncle so and she don't do that with nobody else, I'm gonna start thinking, at least to me, like, okay, my daughter refers to you as Aunt Megan. At that point in time, you're no longer just a business partner, because my kids ain't gonna be deferring just to any old person as Aunt this, Uncle that. So at least I thought from the optics that, okay, maybe they really are friends. Maybe they're really friends. So, but Megan was not defending us. And then after a while, Cardi B was just like saying, oh, okay, well, F it. She don't never defend me. I put out a record. She didn't post my record. Megan didn't post enough. Megan didn't post like that. Megan didn't post outside. Megan didn't post her record with Party. Not that she should. Megan didn't post Imaginary Players. So like 5 or 6 records that Cardi B released, Cardi B released Outside, Enough, Imaginary Players, the song with Partisan, right? She released all those songs, and Megan Thee Stallion never said nothing, right? Megan Thee Stallion didn't say, "Oh yeah, Cardi B's new album, Am I the Drama." I haven't seen her repost Am I the Drama, not until recently when Cardi B said that Megan Thee Stallion's on the album, and that is WAP. And Megan Thee Stallion just now reposted it yesterday and said she is the drama. But girl, where was you when they were attacking me? Right? Where were you when they were attacking me, sis? So now, as we all see that she recently fell out with Glorilla. They did the whole, I think they're back, found each other, but Glorilla unfollowed Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion then unfollowed Glorilla. Then they tried to act like it was a mistake, and they followed each other back because they saw everybody making a big deal out of it. But they have not, remember, she cut out Glorilla's picture. She cut out Glorilla's picture. Remember the picture with Megan, Beyonce, and Glorilla? She cropped Glorilla out of the picture. People didn't think, no, she don't think people noticed that. Yeah, Megan is a social climber. Megan is she's for Megan. She's for Megan. You know, Cardi B, if you fall out with Cardi B, notice if Megan fell out with Cardi B, she's going to be the only person that fell out with Cardi B that it did not have anything to do with Nicki Minaj. Notice that? JT fell out with Cardi B, but that was because of Nicki Minaj. Bia never really had a relationship with Cardi B, but she was cool with her. But they got a beef because Bia is rocks with Nicki Minaj. So, same thing with what's the girl's name? That over there. Um, I always get her mixed up with whatever girl they start with an A. She and Cardi B don't like each other either, and Nicki's in the middle of that. But Megan Thee Stallion don't like Nicki Minaj. And if her and Cardi B fall out, and it don't have nothing to do with Nicki Minaj, then it must be Megan Thee Stallion. It must be Megan Thee Stallion. Akbar, thank you, Carla. Akbar, she was down with Nicki, and then all of a sudden Akbar started turning against Cardi. JT, Cardi B came out and did the Ghetto Girls or whatever the hell their name is, Wreck It. When JT was in jail, Cardi B could have said, "Nah, I'm not really effing with that. You in jail. I don't want to do no Ghetto Girls Wreck It without you without everybody in the group." But no, she didn't do that. She still went and did the Ghetto Girls Wreck It, even without JT. Ice Spice is another one who kind of fell out with Cardi B because she was rocking with Nicki Minaj. She came in the gate. They were both from the Bronx. Remember, Cardi B was going to do a record of a Munch, but she didn't like the way Ice Spice responded to it. You know, she got word back that Ice Spice wasn't really feeling her doing Munch because by then she was already on Nicki's radar. That's the real story. That's what really happened. So Cardi B didn't blow it up. Cardi was just like, I didn't like my verse. But that's not true. Her verse was fire, right? Her verse was fire. So it was kind of like, it was kind of like, who was this one? It was kind of like when whoever just made that comment, I'm gonna let you slide. First of all, don't worry about my age. My age ain't got nothing to do with it. The next sideways comment you make, you out of here. I'm gonna let you slide now. So I'm gonna give you a chance to shut the fuck up. The next sideways comments you make, I'm gonna have my moderators get you up out of here so you ain't gotta worry about it no more. All right? So you make the choice. You make the choice, brother or sister. Whatever you're gonna be. If you're gonna stay in here, don't worry about it. I talk about whoever. Anybody can get it. Anybody can get it. The bottom line is, if Meg is moving funny, I'ma call out. I don't give a damn if is this best making hour? No, this is tell the truth hour, nigga. Fuck you think. She can get rolled on like anybody else. I ride on Nicki Minaj. I ride on Cardi B. I ride on whoever. You don't tell me what you leave me alone. Hey, get him up out of here. I'll leave her alone right now. Right now, I'm getting ready to leave her alone. Get Corey Carly up out of here. Or Corey Carly, whatever the fuck his name is. Get him up out of here. You don't tell me what I do. This is my show, nigga. All right, that's it. I call out everybody. I'm calling out Cardi B today. I'm calling out Cardi B today. When I say I call out Nicki Minaj enough, I'm calling out Megan Thee Stallion with a seeming like that it might be Megan Thee Stallion might be the common denominator here. I'm calling out Cardi B because I don't think that dropping that track list right now was the best idea because the rollout was going perfect. The rollout was going perfect. And I just don't think that dropping the track list right now was the best idea. Because look what happened. Look what happened. Look what happened when she dropped the track list. Even her own fan base is disappointed because they don't like what they saw on the feature list. Even though it is Janet Jackson, which I think that's a win no matter what. If I see Janet Jackson on my feature list, I'm like, for somebody like Janet Jackson to want to do a Cardi B record, you don't think Nicki Minaj would take a Janet feature? Now if Nicki Minaj got the Janet feature, all the Nicki fans would be saying, "Oh, Queen shit! Oh, the Queen of Pop is on a record with the Queen of Rap." No, good and damn well they be saying, "Oh yeah, the Queen. Look at the respect. Look at the respect Nicki gets. The Queen Janet Jackson's on the album." Anybody else, they would have been saying, "Oh, look at how much respect Janet has for them." That's what I'm saying. You'd be honored to get Janet Jackson on your record, but her goofy ass fan base, not all of them, but Cardi's goofy ass fan base is sitting here complaining. And see, and this is the issue. This is the issue. Then when I ask people, right? When I ask people, well, who the hell did you want her to collab with? So I asked Barty Gang, well, who would you like to see her collab with? Oh, I wanted to see her collab with SZA. I wanted to see her collab with Lil Kim. I wanted to see her collab with Drake. And then I started listening to all the people you want her to collab with. I said, oh, why? Because they all got a beef for Nicki Minaj. And if she collabed with Drake, it would set some sort of issue with Nicki Minaj and Drake. SZA's got an issue with Nicki Minaj right now. Lil Kim's got an issue with Nicki Minaj right now. I said, so is that why those are the people you wanted her to collab with? I mean, this beef at some point, can we please get off this corny ass beef? Kendrick Lamar is not going to collab with Cardi B because Kendrick Lamar don't really collab with female rappers. It has nothing to do with whether he's going to pick a side. If he didn't collab, Nicki Minaj has been looking for a Kendrick collab for a while, a Kendrick feature for a while. He don't really collab with female rappers. So you wasn't getting that one. You're not getting J. Cole. He collabed with Nicki. And he collabed with Bia. So you're not going to get J. Cole probably. You're not going to get Drake because Drake probably just don't want to start no problems. He's already following her on Instagram. I'm sure Nicki says some things about that. But Drake probably says, you know what? I don't even really want to rock the boat like that. So I'll just stay following her and supporting her, whatever. I'm actually surprised that she never had a Drake feature. But then the whole thing with the features, there's no men. There's no men. So Cardi B's first album, she had a lot of male support. Because, she had 21 Savage on it. She had the Migos. She had Offset. Right? So she had some men on the first album. Who to see? Cardi B. Her delivery was brass, so the niggas could get into it. Right? So the niggas can get into it. So my thing is, the track list to me is telling me that this ain't a rap album. Because you said Kalani, Selena Gomez, Janet, Kurt Cobain or Rain Cobain. I don't know what that nigga name is. Cobain Main. Whoever he is, he's trash. Think he's a guy. Then you got Lizzo again. I'm like, all right. And Tyler, who right now, everybody in America hates Tyler. All black people hate Tyler right now. So if this is the only features you have, you just uh, completed a master rollout for the last month. Cardi B's rollout has been absolutely perfect. The only thing that is missing from her rollout is the name of that album should have been Defamation of Character. Period. That should have been the name of her album. Defamation of Character. In the background should have been all the defamation suits and all the time she went to court to get sued. That should have been. Rome P. I'm talking about Cardi B. And you're saying Nicki Minaj again? I don't even see Nicki Minaj anywhere in the title. So if you're coming in here trolling, I'm going to warn you like I warned the other person. Nobody even have Nicki Minaj in the title. I'm talking about Cardi B's rollout. And here you say to about Nicki Minaj again. You want to be up out of here? You can be next. Shut the fuck up. Did nobody say nothing about Nicki Minaj? The only person that said Nicki Minaj is you. Now say something else, and we can get you up out of here. Nicki Minaj again? Nigga, you in my life. If I want to talk about Nicki Minaj's mama, if I want to talk about your mama, it's my life, nigga. Don't worry about what I'm talking about. Either sit down and listen or shut the fuck up and get out. Your choice. What was that? What was that? I don't hear nothing. I don't hear nothing. You had so much to say before. Speak up or shut the fuck up. One or the other. No, your mama ain't came gave me my meds yet. Get the fuck up out of here. Who's next? Where are the mods? Darius. Next person that I call out and you see them respond again, just get them up out of here. Have you heard her being bashed? Have you heard her being bashed? Okay, I'll do it after this live, Miss Fields, because for some reason, stupid behind StreamYard does not allow does not allow StreamYard does not allow me to make your mod, so I'll do it after the live for the next one. Oh, I just came in here 2 minutes ago. Is Nikki being bashed? Well, you've been here 2 minutes. Ricky, have you heard her being bashed? Anyway, so I understand why I get. I mean, if I am a fan of Cardi B, right? It don't matter if she came on here and said I got collaborations with the devil, Dolly Parton, Celine Dion. It don't matter. If this is who you've been waiting for this girl's album for 7 years, right? This is why her goofy ass fan base pissed me off. Yes, Gigi, I've heard songs from the album. I practically heard the entire album by now. And they're talking about, this is only some of the songs. Nah. See, what happened was a couple of people who the big net that was supposed to be on the album, for whatever reason or another, either I know SZA didn't send the verse in. SZA was gonna be on the album. She didn't send in her verse for whatever reason. I don't know what happened with Lil Kim. Cardi B always said she has to have the perfect song for Lil Kim. She only wants to put her on if she's got the perfect song. So I guess they never got the perfect song. Lizzo is not hot right now. I mean, she is, but I mean, Lizzo, I guess, is rapping now. I mean, where's your Cardi B? Where's your Drake feature? Where's your Doja Cat feature? I thought you and Doja Cat was talking about doing something. If you're gonna have another Megan feature, it should be a new record. But Megan's not hot right now. Megan's hot, branding wise, and doing other stuff. But as far as records go, I wouldn't do another record with Megan. After WAP had the success that it had, and then Bongos should have did better than what it did, but it really didn't. And now U2's chemistry ain't like it used to be. I wouldn't even do any more records with Megan. Old school niggas is in right now. That's what you should have been doing. That if you had any male rappers on your and this is what I sent to her over a year ago. Once again, nobody taking my advice. I told Cardi B 2 years ago. Number one, you should name your album Defamation of Character. That's the first thing. That's the first thing. Number two, old school niggas are back in. Old school dudes are back in. You should have been putting on KRS-One. You should have been putting on Legends from the Bronx. KRS-One just dropped the album. Fat Joe is from the Bronx. Fat Joe and Remy. Like that the old school cats have carried hip hop this year. While the new school cats are in lawsuits. Kendrick was on tour. The only thing you really heard from rap this year is Kendrick. The only one that's doing something. Cherry Pie, there's room for more features. I just don't and I agree with you. I agree with you. I just don't think there's more. I just don't think there's more. I'm afraid there isn't. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But I don't know the way she's responding. Like she would have been like, first of all, I didn't even drop all the feature lists. You know what I'm saying? Because the way people were coming at her, Cardi said it was more. Okay, hey, listen. If I'm wrong, I'll be happy. I'll be happily wrong on this one. But the way she responded, like, oh, just calm down, this and the other. I don't know. Is she gonna make? It's 22 songs. She already dropped 8 features. Is she gonna make half her album features? Because 3 more songs, 3 more features is going to be 22. I mean, it's gonna be a half of 22, 11. I don't know, man. If there's more features, that's cool. I hope there is. But I'm no, I'm afraid. I'm afraid. And this is the reason why I did not want her to drop the track list is, man, there's only a couple more days. Let them niggas wait. You waited this long. Let them wait. And now you got some people talking about, oh, I'm canceling my pre-order. Oh, this album is gonna be any good. Like this, yo, I would have made them wait. The same way how when people were saying, oh, I heard there's gonna be a Beyonce feature. I know Cardi B saw people saying that online. If there wasn't a Beyonce feature, I think she should have stepped out and said, nah, nah, that's false. Because you keep people's hopes up when you make them think there could possibly be a Beyonce feature. If you're gonna do that, you might as well held out and not put no track list out. I was hoping she just kept it a mystery and made people run and buy it. By the time they buy it, it's too late. They've already bought it. You know, her fans, I don't know, man. Some of these fan bases be goofy as hell. But I would not be complaining about no features. First of all, you haven't even heard it yet. You know what I mean? And like she said, the people that agreed to get on the album, how about thanking them and giving them a big up because she said a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, she said there were some people who changed their mind at the last minute. Ain't nothing she could do about that. I remember seeing SZA online saying, let me send in this verse, child. Well, how come you didn't send in that verse, child? You obviously didn't send in that verse, child, because you ain't on the album, or at least she hasn't said you are yet. Kalani, this album is a make or break album for Cardi B, in my opinion. I ain't heard Atlantic say that. I know Atlantic's come out and said, y'all don't know what you're talking about. Cardi B is pretty much keeping the lights on Atlantic. She's a staple artist, and we're happy to have her. We're lucky to have her. I know Atlantic came out and said those things. But in my opinion, if she's going to be um, a stable figure in women's rap for years to come, this album has to be good. And I'm not saying it's got to sell 300,000 because I don't think it's going to do that. I'm not saying it has to sell 275. I don't think it's going to do that. Personally, I'll be happy for if it does. Personally, I don't think it's doing 275. I don't even know if it's doing 220. I said before I saw this rollout, I was on 155. But this rollout is going to probably get it to 200. I believe this rollout is definitely worth another 45K. And I had 155. So she might make it to two. If she does more than two, that'd be amazing for her. Right? But the reason why I'm a little disappointed with the track list is because of how she did the rollout, and that was perfect. And I think the track list kind of took a little steam out of the rollout because the fan base is like, Kalani, Janet Jackson, I don't me the I'm never jacking the Janet Jackson who's checking for her. I don't want to hear that. Janet Jackson is up there with the names Whitney Houston, um, Madonna. You can get them on your album. You get them on your album, right? If you can get a legend on your album, you get a legend on your album by any means necessary. To just have or know that a legend that is 2 or 3 generations ahead of you mess with your music. Not a lot of old heads mess with this young generation. So somebody like Janet Jackson gets on the album, you just say thank you and keep it pushing. Her fan base should not have been out there talking about Janet Jackson. Oh, I got it. Selena Gomez. I gotta check my calendar, make sure it's 2025. Who's checking for Janet Jackson in 2025? Like, what? Wow. There's no respect, man. There's no respect. That's like if you playing basketball, right? And Magic Johnson come out there. Well, I'm not gonna say Magic Johnson because people think he got HIV. Larry Bird or Jordan come out there and be like, "Yo, um, can I play? I want to get in." And you be like, "Oh snap, that's Michael Jordan." And you're like, "Nah, there ain't nobody want that old nigga playing. Who wants to play with Michael Jordan in 2025? Like, what? If you out playing pickup at the park and Michael Jordan come and say, "Can I get in?" You let him in. Have you know if the Janet Jackson features a sample or is she actually on the album? Um, I have not heard the Janet song, but I heard it is a sample of Janet Jackson. That's what I heard. But the Janet song I have not heard. I heard the Selena Gomez song. I heard the new song with Lizzo. Um, I heard a couple of solo joints. But from what I was told, of Janet Jackson, it's kind of like you know how I don't mean to use Nicki Minaj, but you know how she did "Girls Just Want to Have Fun," and she didn't have Cyndi Lauper on the record, but she sampled Cyndi Lauper, and then live she brought Cyndi Lauper out, right? So I'm hearing it might be like a sample of her voice or something like that, but at any rate, it required a okay from Janet Jackson, which she got. Summer Walker. Summer Walker is a pretty good artist, but she's not hot anymore. Summer Walker kind of killed her own buzz. With the different baby daddies that have every time you turn around, she got a kid. Then she got a little drama with the baby daddy. Now she's showing up on red carpets with freaking Robert Redford. God bless the dead. Rest in peace to Robert Redford. Shouldn't have used him. Showing up on the red carpet with like Sugar Daddy. Like she lost her buzz. Summer Walker had a very good buzz going on, and she could have really took it further, but she lost her buzz with her ghetto mentality, right? So I don't really know how well the Summer Walker record is gonna go off, but Cardi B is going to have to these records. In order to overcome the disappointment of the features, these records got to be good. If these records are good, ain't nobody gonna give a damn that it's Selena Gomez or Lizzo. They're gonna be like, man, this is a good record, right? So as long as the records are good, who cares who is the feature, right? So to answer the question, did she mess up her rollout with these features? I'm only giving my opinion. I think as though she should have never dropped the track list, especially if you don't got the people on that album that people were saying is on it. People were saying Drake, people were saying Beyonce, people were saying this and that. And me, I'm for either you're gonna be transparent or you're gonna be mysterious. I hate that middle BS. I hate in the middle stuff because if you're gonna be mysterious, then just don't drop anything. Don't drop no track list at all, and let people go see it when they buy the album. If you're gonna drop the track list, then drop your big one. Don't be like, oh, she's dropping it and then she's gonna release when she gonna release the other, or she ain't gonna release the rest of the track list, or she gonna release it on Friday late. I hate that half stepping. Ain't no half stepping. I hate half stepping. Either keep the whole thing a secret or F it. Just release everything. Release the entire track list. So we're gonna see. I think because of that rollout, it's gonna increase her sales. Now that she showed a track list, I don't think it's gonna help. So now I'm gonna change my prediction. I'm gonna change my prediction to my original prediction. My original prediction for everything, and everybody that follow me will know, my original prediction was 185. I started taking a lot of points off for every month that passed, but I'm going to go back to 185. That's what I'm going to do. Can she do more than that? Absolutely. Absolutely. But that's what I'm going to say. That was my original prediction before anything else came out. I said she's not going to do invasion of privacy numbers. And then too much time elapsed, I think, to get the 220 or 230. But again, it's just my opinion. It means absolutely nothing. Means absolutely nothing. 185 is what I'm going to say. And that's because of the rollout. She's been great on the rollout. Now, hey, Couture, you're late. You're late. Now, finally, let me get into the Carters. Okay, here's the thing with the Carters, right? The Carters are taking a backlash because, let me find these pictures. Carters are taking backlash because they showed up. Let me get the name of this thing because I was talking to my chat GPT assistant, Sylvia. Let's see. So it's the Reform Alliance Casino Gala, right? The guest list for the Reform Alliance Casino Gala on September 14th, where Jay-Z, Beyonce, Ivanka Trump, and Jared Kushner were present, was reportedly curated by Michael Rubin, the co-host of the event, rather than Jay-Z or Beyonce. Sources indicate that Rubin, a billionaire and Fanatic CEO, invited Ivanka and Jared, leveraging his social and businesses connections. The event seating arrangements, which placed high-profile attendees like Jay-Z, Beyonce, Ivanka, and Jared near each other, were likely orchestrated by the organizers to maximize networking and publicity for the cause, not necessarily reflecting personal invitations or preferences by Jay-Z or Beyonce. This was drawn up by my assistant, ChatGPT insider Sylvia. Online chatter, particularly on platforms like X, suggested that Jay-Z and Beyonce are prominent figures, could dictate their seating or guest list. But this was refuted by reports emphasizing Rubin's role in shaping the event. The gala focus was on raising funds for criminal justice reform, ultimately collecting $20 million, and the guest list was designed to draw influential figures to support this goal. Jay-Z, as a Reform Alliance co-founder, likely had input on the event's broader vision, but not necessarily on specific guest invitations or seatings. I mean, that's peon jobs. If you want me to dig deeper into the Pacific Post heaven, just let me know. Okay, thank you, Sylvia. I don't need any more. So they're immediately catching flack because Beyonce is talking to Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner. Now, if they're at the event, right, and they're talking to Beyonce, wasn't Beyonce talking to Jason Lee? But y'all didn't say that Beyonce uh, aligned herself with Jason Lee. Y'all was saying Beyonce was trying to get away from Jason Lee. Okay, so how do we know that when Beyonce saw Ivanka and Jared, she didn't say, "Oh Lord, I didn't know they were coming here." Jai, why didn't you tell me they were coming? I don't know about this, but what's she gonna do? Stay the f away from me? I don't want nobody to, I can't allow my hive to see me taking a picture with you. Like, Beyonce is not. God, she got more class than that. The same thing with Jason Lee when he tracked her down. She didn't say, "Get away from me, you too messy." She took the picture with him, right? But that don't necessarily mean she's cool with Jason Lee just because she took a picture with him. Now, as far as, oh, they're MAGA, didn't you just hear Donald Trump just accused Beyonce a month ago talking about she should be arrested? If she was MAGA, you think he'd be saying that? You think Beyonce would be MAGA after Donald Trump said, "Oh yeah, Beyonce, she took $20 million. She should be arrested." She should be investigated, and furthermore, if we find some sort of foul play, I think she needs to be arrested. She took money from Kamala, and everybody knows it. So, do you think that Beyonce is going to sit up there and listen to Donald Trump say she needs to be arrested, and you think she's going to be MAGA? Like, I know y'all hate Beyonce for whatever reason, right? For whatever reason. I mostly think it's a little jealous. I think it's jealousy because let's just keep it a buck. Like, if Beyonce's on your side, or if you're rocking with Beyonce, or if your favorite's doing records with Beyonce, I don't really remember hearing complaining. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't really remember hearing too much complaining when Beyonce was making records with you and making records with your fave. I don't really remember too much complaining. And my whole thing is, if Jay Z, and I'm talking strictly to the Pops, because the Swifties, who are the other set of Beyonce haters, they've never really acted like they liked Beyonce. Even when Beyonce and Taylor Swift came out together and supported each other and went to each other's concerts, I still don't ever remember the Swifties really liking Beyonce like that. Bob's a different story. Because when they were doing Flawless Remix and the other record and taking pictures with the sticking their tongue out, and she's saying, I knew I could make Nicky. I guess you can say she was a rap queen. You know, when all that stuff was going on, I don't remember nobody calling Beyonce a witch. I don't remember nobody talking about her looks. I don't remember nobody talking about she was evil. I don't remember none of that. She was all good. She was all good then. So my thing is, if you've never liked Beyonce, cool. Cool. Because I can truly say, you know what? It ain't got nothing to do with how she is now. This person never liked Beyonce. I know a person who has never liked Beyonce. So I know they're not fake because they haven't liked her from the beginning. But all this newfound hate about Beyonce is a little troubling. It's a little troubling because there were other people at this. Why isn't Kevin Hart catching those smoke? Why isn't Ice Spice catching smoke? She was there. Lotto was there. The Weeknd was there. Why ain't they catching any smoke? Why is only Jay-Z and Beyonce catching smoke? When Jay-Z, if you remember, he didn't endorse Kamala. He didn't endorse Kamala. He endorsed Hillary. He endorsed Joe Biden, I think, but he didn't endorse Kamala. Beyonce did. But this dinner or gala had nothing to do with Donald Trump. Then you see people trying to spin it. Oh yeah, they gave a donation to what's his name, the dude who just got murked. And I said, now how do you know that? Can you prove that? Oh yeah, they dropped that donation for Harry. What's the dude's name? Somebody tell me in the chat what's the dude's name who just got murked. So I said, how can you prove that? How can you prove that? That they put in a donation for the dude who just got, you can't, yeah, Charlie Kirk. And you can't prove that. That event had nothing to do with Charlie Kirk. Nothing at all. Beyonce, yeah, looked uncomfortable because she probably knew the camera was on her, and she probably said, "Well, my fan base, what they gonna think? Look like I'm, look like I invited her." See, Beyonce can, Jay-Z don't give a damn what, he's really not even in the game anymore. So Jay-Z don't really make his money that he makes now is no longer for music. Music is still Beyonce's number one bread getter. So she has to worry about what the hive thinks of her. Jay-Z don't give a damn what people think of him because he's not really making music like that anymore. Right? So I know she's probably going to come because she's like, man, this is going to be out before this party's even over. I'm going to be viral. But I think where people have problems, where people end up getting into problems is stop looking for these celebrities to be role models or to be start worrying about who they voting for because rich people you should expect rich people to vote for Donald Trump. You should expect it. That's why all of these high paid streamers, all of them are Trump supporters. Why? Because they're in the tax bracket where he can help them. They're in the tax bracket where he can help them. So you should expect them to vote for Donald Trump. I expect all celebrities, right? The Carters are bidding for casino. Well, Jay-Z is bidding for a casino. Yes. So we know, but Couture, we know it makes sense. We know it makes sense. But it's other people that try to act like, see, they're fraternizing with Jared Kushner, and they was against Gaza, and they support Gaza. Man, ain't nobody care about none of that. Y'all ain't care about that before. Y'all don't be caring about Trump with his 37 essays, and y'all ain't never said lock him up not one time. Y'all don't care when Kanye supports Trump. Oh, why do you want to tell him who to support? They always want to try to make Kanye, we can no, Democrats, you can no longer tell us we have to vote for you. Well, how come that same don't apply to Jay-Z and Beyonce? Why y'all think y'all can dictate who they vote for or who they follow? Just listen to the damn music. Stop trying to get this is what is wrong now with the music industry. This is why everybody, oh, they're devil worshippers. I'ma stop supporting. Like, if they're devil worshippers now, don't you think they were devil worshippers 20 years ago? They didn't just start worshiping the devil. Somebody just don't start worshiping the devil and then just stop worshiping the devil. And you decide whether the devil worshippers based on the fact or whether you still like them or not. Like, cut the BS. The old saying is, right? This is what the old saying is. Anybody worth $100 million or more. This is what they used to say. Yeah, once you get to that 100 million mark, you sold your soul. Right? That's what people used to say. They used to say there is nobody that is worth at least $100 million that have not sold their soul in Hollywood. Now that was the old conspiracy theory. But now what people try to do is adjust the narrative because now that their fave is worth over 100 million, you gotta say, oh no, but not them. She follows Jesus. She's not down with them. No. If you were down with them 10 years ago, they were devil worshippers 10 years ago. If they're devil worshippers now, then they were devil worshippers when you were rocking with them. So again, cut the BS. Either celebrities are evil or they're not. It can't be, oh yeah, some of them evil and some of them aren't. If you're making buku money and you up there making 80, 90, 100 million, 120 million, your net worth is 200 million, your net worth 175 million. If you're not down with them, your net worth would be 5 million, 10 million. You see Maya, how long Maya been singing? What's Maya's net worth? Right? And of course, we all know that the net worths aren't accurate, aren't 100% accurate, but they're at least in the ballpark, right? They're at least in the ballpark. Maya's been singing since what, the 90s? Her net worth is $10 million. $10 million. And she been singing before Beyonce, right? And like I said, and the net worth is always going to be higher than how much money you really have. Ashanti. Now let's not forget. Ashanti is a songwriter. So that means she had publishing, which she lost to Herb Gotti. She's got a net worth of $5 million. Ashanti. And Ashanti has songs written that she's written. Songs that she's written. I'm gonna probably come. I've got to come back later and cover Dame Dash. Right, my hour's up. My show's only gonna be an hour. I'll probably come back and do an extra hour to cover Dame Dash on the Breakfast Club today. I hopefully Couture talk about that. And you can tune in to her so she can talk about Dame Dash, who hasn't learned a damn thing. He still sounds like the same Dame Dash. Still an idiot. Still an a-hole. Still trying to act like he tried to insinuate that he had more money than Jayz today. Oh my God, oh God. Dame, if you had that much money, your teeth wouldn't be jumping out your mouth, sir. He tried to insinuate that he's got more money than Jay-Z. Like, Dame's a clown. Anyway, we'll probably be back later. I'll send a notification out. I appreciate y'all. If you want to donate to the channel to help me, his Cash App is $Heaven Hollywood. Or you can hit the what is that? The super chat, which is the $. But if you're gonna do that, you might as well just send the Cash App. But whichever you do, or if you don't do anything, hit the like button at least. I'll catch y'all on the next one.
Don't you forget about me.